fresh teacher since COVID-19.
Hello, viewers. My name is Teacher Jesse Paul, aka Fresh Teacher.
I currently work with Sir Apollo Kargwar schools. In today's video, we're going to look at Section B of this paper. If you have not yet watched Section A, you can check out our other videos on this YouTube channel. Also, if you are looking for a specific question number, you do not have to watch the whole video from the beginning. You can use the chapters provided in the video description to jump directly to the question you want to learn about. Without any further ado, let's get started. Section B, 50 marks. Questions 51 to 55 carry 10 marks each. 51. Read the passage below and then answer in full sentences the questions that follow. When you visit Attarpara town, you will certainly be told about a rich young man called Ayoma. Ayoma went to Attarpara Primary School. He lived with his parents, who supported him in his studies. He was a humble and intelligent pupil, whose parents were proud of. They had high hopes that their son would have a bright future. Ayoma enjoyed carpentry in his school days. After doing his primary leaving examination, PLE, he spent his vacation at his uncle's carpentry workshop. He helped his uncle plane and saw pieces of wood. When the results were released, he had passed with flying colors. He was very happy, and so were his parents. "You're going to join one of the best secondary schools in this country," his father said. "I'm proud of you, my son." "I see him as a future doctor," said his mother with a smile. To their shock, Ayoma told them about his dream occupation, carpentry. They were not amused and asked him to change his mind. But when he insisted, they threw him out of home. He began living with his uncle, the carpenter, who took him to Adlang Technical School a few weeks later. Ayoma was more than happy. While there, he learned how to use various carpentry tools like hammers, screwdrivers, and drills, among others. On completing his course, he worked with his uncle for a while. He wanted to gain experience and also save some money. He worked so hard. You could easily see that he was in love with his work. When he had gained useful experience and saved enough money, his uncle allowed him to start his own carpentry workshop. Today, he employs more than 20 young men and women at his workshop. Many people, institutions, and organizations buy all kinds of furniture they want from him. He supports his brothers and sisters by paying their fees in some of the best schools in the country. His parents and many other people now believe that earning a living by doing what you love is the route to success. Question 51. A. To which school did Ayoma go? Let's start with a quick challenge. Can you find the answer before I reveal it? Think back to the beginning of Ayoma's story. Where did his education journey start? Let us return to the passage and search for the answer. I will give you a little hint. Look in the first paragraph. Find the sentence that tells us the school Ayoma attended. Have you found it? Excellent. The answer is Ayoma went to Attarpara Primary School. Well done. Question 51. B. Why were Ayoma's parents proud of their son? Think about Ayoma's character. What words did the writer use to describe him? Let's search the passage. A small hint. The answer is in the first paragraph. Look for the sentence describing the kind of pupil Ayoma was. Have you spotted it? Brilliant! The answer is, Ayoma's parents were proud of their son because he was a humble and intelligent pupil. Remember, if your wording was different, but you mentioned that Ayoma was humble and intelligent, your answer is correct. Question 51C. What did Ayoma enjoy in his school days? Let's test your memory. What activity did Ayoma love doing while he was still in school? Let's go back to the passage. Your hint. Check the second paragraph. Find the sentence that tells us what Ayoma enjoyed. Have you found it? Great work. The answer is, Ayoma enjoyed carpentry in his school days. You may also have written woodwork or woodworking. If your wording was different, but the idea was the same, your answer is correct. Question 51D. How did Ayoma spend his vacation? Think carefully. After completing his primary leaving examination, what did Ayoma do during his vacation? Let us find the evidence in the passage. Your hint, look in the second paragraph. Search for the part that tells us what he did at his uncle's workshop. Have you found it? Excellent. The answer is, Ayoma spent his vacation helping his uncle to plane and saw pieces of wood. You may have expressed it differently, for example, by saying he worked at his uncle's carpentry workshop. As long as your answer shows the same idea, it is correct. Question 51. E. Why were Ayoma's parents very happy when the results were released? Think like a parent. Why would Ayoma's parents celebrate his results? Let's check the passage. Your hint. Search the second paragraph for the sentence about Ayoma's examination results. Have you found it? Wonderful. The answer is, Ayoma's parents were very happy because he had passed his primary leaving examination with flying colors. You may have used different words, such as saying he got excellent results or excelled in his examination. The idea remains the same. Question 51F. Why was Ayoma thrown out of home? This question needs careful thinking. What did Ayoma want to become? What did his parents want him to become? Let's go back to the passage. Your hint? Look in the third paragraph. Find the reason why Ayoma's parents became unhappy. Have you found it? Excellent thinking. The answer is, Ayoma was thrown out of home because he insisted on becoming a carpenter, yet his parents wanted him to become a doctor. You may have used different wording, but your answer must show that Ayoma refused to change his dream and disagreed with his parents. Question 51G. How did Ayoma feel when his uncle took him to a technical school? Think about Ayoma's dream. Was he unhappy or excited? Let's find the answer. Your hint. Check the third paragraph. Look for the sentence that describes how Ayoma felt. Have you found it? Fantastic! The answer is, Ayoma felt very happy when his uncle took him to a technical school. You may have written extremely happy, delighted, or overjoyed. These answers carry the same idea. Question 51H. Why did Ayoma continue working with his uncle after the course? Think about Ayoma's next step. Why did he work with his uncle before starting his own workshop? Let's search the passage. Here is a clue. Look in the fourth paragraph. Find what Ayoma wanted to gain. Have you found it? Fantastic. The answer is, Ayoma continued working with his uncle after the course to gain experience and save some money. You may have mentioned improving his skills or preparing to start his own workshop. If your idea matches the passage, your answer is correct. Question 51I. According to the passage, how does Ayoma support his brothers and sisters? Think about what Ayoma did after becoming successful. Let's go back to the passage. Let me give you a clue. Check the last paragraph. Look for how he helps his family. Have you found it? Brilliant. The answer is, Ayoma supports his brothers and sisters by paying their school fees. You may also say he supports their education or pays for their studies. Different wording is okay, as long as the meaning is correct. Question 52. Read the poem below, and then answer, in full sentences, the questions that follow. Before my coming, you walked long distances and wrote lots of letters. Today, loved ones are just a call away. Newspapers, almost a thing of the past. Just come to me for news updates. Heaps of books? Gone for good. I'm the leading source of knowledge. Sending and receiving money? Distance is no longer a problem. Keeping your money safe? I'm the safest place for money to stay. Handle me like an egg and feed me regularly. I'll forever be your closest friend. Carlender Treasure. Question 52A. Who is speaking in the poem? Let's begin with a challenge. Read the poem carefully. Who do you think is speaking? Look for clues. The speaker talks about making phone calls, giving news updates, sending money, and keeping money safe. Can you guess? Excellent thinking. The answer is, the speaker is a mobile phone. Well done. Question 52B. What used to happen before the speaker's coming? Think about life before mobile phones. What did people do before they could easily communicate? Let's search the first stanza for clues. Look at these lines. You walked long distances and wrote lots of letters. Have you found it? Great. The answer is, before the speaker's coming, people used to walk long distances and write lots of letters. If you mention traveling long distances or communicating through letters, your answer carries the correct idea. Question 52, Part C. Why does the speaker say that newspapers are almost a thing of the past? Let's think carefully. Why are fewer people depending on newspapers today? Look at the second stanza. The speaker says, just come to me for news updates. What does this tell us? Excellent thinking. The answer is, the speaker says newspapers are almost a thing of the past because many people now rely on mobile phones for news updates. You may also say people have stopped depending on newspapers because phones provide information. If your idea is the same, your answer is correct. Question 52D. What used to make sending and receiving money difficult? Let's think about the past. Before mobile money, what problem did people face when sending money? Look at the third stanza. The poem says, distance is no longer a problem. What does this tell us? Brilliant. The answer is, distance used to make sending and receiving money difficult. Other answers with the same meaning are also acceptable. Question 52E. How does the speaker want to be handled? This one is easy peasy. Let me give you a hint. Look at the final stanza. What comparison does the speaker make? The poem says, handle me like an egg. Have you found it? Bingo! The answer is, the speaker wants to be handled carefully, like an egg. Well done. Question 52F. What is the speaker fed on? Think carefully. Can a phone eat food? Of course not. The poet is using imagination. Look at the final stanza. The speaker says, feed me regularly. What does a phone need? The answer is, the speaker is fed on electricity or power. You may also say charging energy or battery power. If your idea is the same, you are a genius. Question 52G. How many stanzas are in the poem? A stanza is a group of lines separated from another group. Count the groups of lines in the poem. How many do you see? Look at you! Even a nursery kid can answer this. Anyways, the answer is, the poem has 4 stanzas. Question 52I. Give another word or group of words with the same meaning as each underlined word in the poem. Remember, we are looking for words with similar meanings. I. Leading. Think about the phrase, I'm the leading source of knowledge. What word means the same as leading? The answer is main, or best, or most important. Regularly. Look at feed me regularly. What does regularly mean? The answer is often, frequently, repeatedly. Bravo! Remember, these words which have the same meaning are called synonyms. 53 Part A. Study the document below carefully and then answer in full sentences the questions that follow. Busia District Local Government. Certificate of Participation. This is to certify that Wandira Naira of Ndirandiri Junior School participated in inter-school debate held at Busia Community Hall on 10th October 2025 and emerged number 1. The motion of the debate was, examinations should be abolished in schools. Congratulations. Nombose Felistus, District Education Officer, 10th October 2025. Question 53. A. Part A. When was the competition held? Look carefully at the certificate. Important information is usually written on documents like this. Where can we find the date? Look near the middle of the certificate. Can you see it? Excellent. The answer is, the competition was held on 10th October 2025. You may also write October 10th, 2025. As long as the date is correct, your answer is accepted. Question 53A, Part B. Why was the certificate awarded to Wandira Naira? Let us investigate. The certificate says, this is to certify that Wandira Naira participated in inter-school debate. What does certify mean? It means to confirm or prove something. So why was the certificate given? The answer is, the certificate was awarded to Wandira Naira to confirm her participation in the inter-school debate. You may also say the certificate was awarded to Wandira Naira to recognize her participation in the debate, congratulate her for participating in the debate, or appreciate her participation in the debate. Different phrasing is accepted if the idea is correct. Question 53A, Part C. Why do you think Wandira Naira was considered number 1 in the debate? This question asks you to think like a judge. Why would someone become number 1 in a debate? Would it be because of appearance? No. A good debater wins because of their ideas and speaking skills. The answer is, I think Wandira Naira was considered number 1 in the debate because she presented the best points about the motion. Question 53. A. Part D. How is participating in a debate like the one above important to you? Now, think about yourself as a learner. How can taking part in debates help you? Can debates improve your communication skills? Yes, they can help you become a better speaker and listener. The answer is, participating in a debate like the one above helps me to become confident in speaking. Question 53A, Part E. As a school child, would you support the above motion? Why? The motion on the certificate is, examinations should be abolished in schools. Now, this is your opinion question. Remember, the question asks, as a school child, would you support it or not? You must put yourself in the shoes of a school child. Let us look at both sides. If you support the motion, you could say, yes, as a school child, I would support the motion because examinations cause stress and anxiety among learners. If you do not support the motion, you could say, no, as a school child, I would not support the motion because examinations help me know how much I have learned. Question 53. B. Study the family tree below carefully and then answer, in full sentences, the questions that follow. Part A. Whose family tree is shown above? Let's begin with a challenge. Look carefully at the top of the family tree. Who are the oldest people shown in this family? Can you find their names? Excellent. At the top, we see James Dodo and Doreen Nansereko. Therefore, the answer is the family tree shown above is James Dodo and Doreen Nansereko's family tree. You may also write, it is Mr. and Mrs. Dodo's family tree. Great work! 53BB. How many grandchildren does the family have? Let us investigate. Remember, grandchildren are the children of your children. Look at James Dodo and Doreen Nansereko. Their children are Richard Dodo, Louise Dodo. Now look at the children of Richard and Louise. Richard and Ashley have Joseph Dodo. Louise and Philip have Ronald Asimwe, Steve Asimwe. How many grandchildren do we have all together? Let's count. Joseph, Ronald, and Steve. That makes 3 grandchildren. Excellent. The answer is, the family has 3 grandchildren. What is the relationship between Haley Akitwi and Richard Dodo? Let's think carefully. Find Haley Akitwi on the family tree. Who is connected to her? Haley is married to Joseph Dodo. Now ask yourself, who is Joseph Dodo's father? Look above Joseph. You will find Richard Dodo. So what does that make Haley to Richard? Great thinking. The answer is Haley Akitwi is Richard Dodo's daughter-in-law. You may also say Richard Dodo is Haley Akitwi's father-in-law. Fantastic! Question 53B, Part D. To whom is Louise Dodo married? Let's search the family tree. Find Louise Dodo. Look at the person connected to her as her husband. Who is he? Brilliant! The answer is Louise Dodo is married to Philip Asimwe. You may also write, Asimwe Philip is the person to whom Louise Dodo is married. Give me a high five. Whew, finally! This is the last question about this family tree. How is a family tree like the one above important? This question requires you to think about the purpose of a family tree. Why do families create family trees? A family tree helps us understand relationships between family members. So the answer is, a family tree helps family members know each other and understand their relationships. Other correct answers are shown on the screen. Remember, you may express your answer differently as long as the main idea is correct. If you wrote one, that is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious! 54. The sentences below are not in the correct order. Rewrite them in the correct order to form a story about Jacob's Thanksgiving. A. Most of his teachers, friends, and relatives attended the Thanksgiving. B. Everybody was challenged by her speech. C. He thanked his classmates, teachers, and parents for their contribution towards his good performance. D. She added that Jacob used to help his classmates to improve their performance. E. Among the teachers who attended the Thanksgiving was Mrs. Jonja, Jacob's class teacher. Mrs. Nangai, his mother, organized a Thanksgiving for him. She was asked to give a speech after the prayers. Jacob excelled in last year's primary leaving examination. In her speech, she praised Jacob for being a disciplined and hard-working boy. After Mrs. Jonja's speech, Jacob was asked to say a few words. The correct order is H, F, A, E, G, I, D, B, J, C. Let us read the story in order. Jacob excelled in last year's primary leaving examination. Mrs. Nangai, his mother, organized a Thanksgiving for him. Most of his teachers, friends, and relatives attended the Thanksgiving. Among the teachers who attended the Thanksgiving was Mrs. Janja, Jacob's class teacher. She was asked to give a speech after the prayers. In her speech, she praised Jacob for being a disciplined and hard-working boy. She added that Jacob used to help his classmates to improve their performance. Everybody was challenged by her speech. After Mrs. Janja's speech, Jacob was asked to say a few words. He thanked his classmates, teachers, and parents for their contribution towards his good performance. Yahoo! We have finally reached the last question. Question 55. You are interested in becoming a prefect in your school. The chairperson electoral committee of your school has displayed the following leadership positions on the notice board: head prefect, timekeeper, health prefect, and games and sports prefect. Apply for a post of your choice. Give a reason for your choice and explain what you will do when elected. Use Namoro Primary School, P.O. Box 751, Kasese as your address. Let's read through this sample letter. Namoro Primary School, P.O. Box 751, Kasese, 5th November, 2025. The Chairperson Electoral Committee, Namoro Primary School, P.O. Box 751, Kasese. Dear Sir or Madam, reference, application for the position of Head Prefect. I, Jesse Paul, a pupil in Primary 7, wish to apply for the position of Head Prefect in our school. I have chosen this position because I am passionate about leading by example, promoting discipline, and working with both pupils and teachers to improve our school. If elected, I will work hard to promote good behavior and discipline among pupils, ensure proper use of school property, support teachers in maintaining a conducive learning environment, represent pupils' views to the school administration, and encourage everyone to work together as a team to make our school a better place. I am confident that I will perform my duties diligently and lead with honesty, responsibility, and respect for others. I look forward to getting a positive response from you. Yours faithfully, Jesse Paul. Jesse Paul.